I have finally finished creating all of the posts for episode 1 of season 1, and it's only taken me some months. Before I jump into season 2, I actually want to do one more video that will just be a little wrap up of episode 1, and then I want to do a video and blog post for each of the non-spoiler and light spoiler sections of the blog, just to round things off and help me to feel like I have taken all 3 possible audiences through the entirety of episode 1, and then we can move into episode 2. Before doing that, I just felt today like I just wanted to stop for a moment and just have a little bit of a squee fandom kind of rave about why I, and possibly all of you, love The Wheel of Time as the greatest of all stories ever. One of the things I've really enjoyed discovering in the process I've been going through in creating these blog posts, both in text and video, is being able to start to really contemplate on what is it that has made The Wheel of Time what I view, and I know a lot of you listening do as well, to become the greatest story of all time. What is the secret of the great stories? Is there a secret? Because, The Wheel of Time is the story that we've heard, and yet we want to hear it all over again. It's a story that we can just enter anywhere and inhabit it comfortably. We're not deceived with thrills and trick endings, because every part of the story has become as familiar as the house we live in, the smell of our lover's skin, or the taste of our most favourite meal. We know how the story ends after all, and yet we listen or we read every single time almost as though we didn't. It's just like, the way now, although you know that one day you too will die, you live as though you won't. Well, I hope you do. In this, our greatest story, we know who lives and who dies, who finds love and who doesn't, and how much. And yet, even knowing that that won't change on this reread, we want to go through it all again. So the secret really is that the story has no secrets, and yet there is always another secret. And that is the mystery and the magic of The Wheel of Time. For me, The Wheel of Time story and the characters are like my family. The stories are entwined like they're my children, but also as though they're my childhood. I've grown up with my favourite characters, and the layers of meaning I get from the story changes as my life and my experiences change. The world of The Wheel of Time is like stepping into the place that I was truly raised. And from here, inside the story, in this place, I look out a window at the world. Now, I feel that Rafe knows this as well. And in adapting the story we all know so well, he's handled it as he would a child of his very own. And I try to approach this in the same way as I look at our book story and compare that to the show story. Rafe has teased the story, punished it when it's a wayward child, sending it up like a bubble and then wrestling it back to the ground. And as a result, we can all see more of it and laugh at the play because we all love it. Together, we could ride on wind and fly across the world in awe as we traverse this world together. And just as RJ can stop for hours to absorb us in one tiny detail, one point of view, so Rafe brings us to examine another that we didn't see before. We find ourselves moving from luxurious hot tubs to battles with monsters and out to the depth impact on a most personal level. The nugget of sorrow that each happiness contains is revealed deliciously to us. The hidden shame that we all experience, even in a sea of glory, is understood when we're swimming through the depths with our heroes on their journeys. Each and every thread is spun from the most human of hearts. And surely, every one of us searches for the beast that was within. And as we go through our beautiful story of the Wheel of Time, we find all of those things. With our characters, we confront them, and we emerge at the end of the story ready to go around yet again, because as we know, there are no beginnings and there are no endings. And so we will forever love and move through the story, the greatest story, that is the Wheel of Time.